Here's a little video of Sunday's events. I call it virtue signalling. Let's just hope when the time comes that you are going to stand up and fight with everyone.
Good afternoon, Bristol. Speaking to my black brothers and sisters, as well as everyone who has come to stand alongside us. I love this city. Firstly, I want to speak directly to my black brothers and sisters here today. I know it's been tough. There's no way around that. What we are seeing is what many of us already knew and experience on a daily basis. The lack of care, respect, and humanity for black lives. I hear us, I see us, and I feel us. I'm committed to doing my part to help progressing the black community, and that involves the healing of generations of trauma. I'm for us, and I'm here. Though it's tough, be encouraged. We have survived this long in the Western world, not out of the benevolence of others, not out of the generosity of others, not out of the politeness of others, but out of the power and strength of our community and our ancestors. That's why we're still here today. And we're going to tap into the power of our ancestors today and moving forward.
How many of us get anxious when we see police? How many of us feel unsafe when we see the police? Isn't that the total opposite to what we're supposed to feel? There have been 1,741 deaths in police custody or otherwise following contact with the police since 1990, but no police officer has ever been convicted.
Say that again.
1,741 deaths and no convictions since 1990. The UK is inherently racist and they need to say it with their chest. We have racism just as bad as the US. Let's not get it twisted. Now I want to end with this, with a message to the white people here with us today. Racism happens at every corner of society. Now check yourselves and check other white people around you. How are you ensuring black people feel safe? Are you clued up on what it means to have white privilege and how you can use it positively? Things need to change now because too many black people have died and not got justice. Too many black people have been mishandled and faced racism and not got justice. We are tired. And finally, no justice, no peace.
Hi, if any Muslims need to go pray, by the cathedral there is a field. It is 1:15. Yeah? Thank you. Next we have Chloe. Can you play this in the alt? So we have a little audio to play for you. It does come all the way from Chicago, from our brothers and sisters in Chicago, and Chloe has been nice enough to bring it for us to listen to.
Now these protests are typically peaceful and go no further than hundreds to thousands of people standing together for one common goal. Do what they can to make sure black people are treated with the same respect and have the same rights as anybody else. Too often, innocent African Americans fall victim to police brutality due to racial prejudice against them. Police beat, choke, and even kill people of color over the smallest things in America. And most of the time walk free as if their actions were justified and have no consequences.
I was pushed off of the ledge that I was standing on the bridge on Wabash, not once but twice, by the same police officer. I had to be caught by people that were in a very large crowd that I was trying to avoid. 2 police cars sped down the bridge that we were standing on, not once but twice, with the intent to hit people. If we had not screamed at the people to get out of the way, they would have been hit and either killed or injured. They threatened us with sound cannons, which make a noise that can be so loud that can be deadly to people with heart conditions and can burst and damage eardrums. And to top it all off, even during a pandemic that has riddled the globe, a lot of these police officers either did not have a face shield or did not have a mask on, and when we asked them about it, we were laughed at.
The protests here are against that kind of thing, and people of all races and all backgrounds unite as we believe all humans should be responsible for what they do and the innocent people they harm for no good reason. It's clear that when it comes to the people who are sworn to protect our lives, there is no room for them to go out of their way to brutalize citizens. But the strange thing is that at these peaceful protests, that's exactly what happened. Police showed up and were shoving innocent protesters, old or young, beating them, arresting people who did nothing, and tear gassing large crowds. The National Guard was walking around with military-grade weapons to strike fear into protesters. As police continue to hurt us, police hurt people in America. Growing up black in a country where you can't trust law enforcement has changed the way many black people live their lives. It's the reason why a 17-year-old kid like me tries his best to avoid police because he knows they might try to harass or beat him because of the color of his skin. It's the reason why when something bad happens, black people would rather deal with it on their own than get the police involved. Or why people of color fear for their lives when they get pulled over for a traffic stop. How is their job to protect and serve, but they attack, brutalize, and kill people for being black? That's why the protests are happening. We want to get it through everyone in America's heads that black lives should be valued, that black lives matter. I know that I'm going to be speaking to thousands of people of England that are probably wondering what they can do to help the movement and help us fight for what's right. I've already seen some protests from over there, and that's really cool, and I love it. America sees their support, and we appreciate you guys. Other ways you can support us by donating to blacklivesmatter.com to help the cause. There you can sign a petition as well to get America to defund their police.
This movement is not for the end goal of a reformation of the police. It is to abolish the police and then move forward and find a way to have law enforcement be able to help people while having repercussions for those that abuse their power.
You can also sign petitions online at change.org to make sure all the officers who have been committing foul acts against innocent citizens and harassing and murdering black people are held accountable for their actions and given the proper charges and put behind bars like the criminals they are.
I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not going to lie to you, but as it's been said before, it's so great to see so many people here for the same thing. You know, Black Lives Matter, and that's it. So, that's it. So, my name is Jade. My African name is Ajwa Nyantakyi, and basically, for those of you that don't know, Nyantakyi is... Sorry, I'm going to start again. I'm really nervous. I do apologise. Hello, Bristol. So my name is Jade. My African name is My African name is Ajwa Nyantakyi. I come from West Africa. I'm from Ghana. And I come from the bloodline of Ashantis. For those of you that are Ghanaian and can see my face, you already know that I'm an Ashanti. Before I open up my mouth. No. And for those of you that don't know, an Ashanti is one of the tribes that was in Africa, and they fought against the British Empire and their allies from 1824 to the 1900s. And that bloodline is so strong that I'm standing here today and I look like some of the people that were fighting in the 1800s. Mad thing. I'm going to tell you a story about when I first found out that I was different. I was about 6 years old. My grandma was a nurse at the time. She was meant to be picking me up from school, but she ran into some complications. As a nurse, you help people, it's what you do. So she called up the school and she said, oh, I'm going to be a bit late, you know, to pick up Jade. So the teachers did their job and they gave me a puzzle to entertain myself. So I'm into this puzzle. I'm so gassed because I'm like 30 minutes in, you know, I'm just doing my thing like I always do. And this kid, and for the benefit of the story, this white kid runs up to me, slaps the puzzle out of my hand and pushes me down to the floor and says, you're dirty. You shouldn't be playing with this puzzle because you're dirty. Okay. Cool. So with that, I'm here today with my 6-year-old self, fighting for the same shit that my grandma fought for as a black woman, fighting for the same rubbish that my granddad fought for as a black man, that my mum fought for as a single black mother, and that my uncle fought for as a gay black man. And I think it just makes me quite sad to think that we still have to do this. I don't get it. You can't appreciate black culture but not like black people.
Say that again! Say that again! Say that again!
Like black culture and not like black people. So, I think there's one thing that's been said before, what can you do as allies? You need to educate yourself. You need to radicalize yourself, because I already know this shit. How come you don't? It make no sense. So as I said, people on top count on our silence to keep the status quo.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bax. How are you?
Hello?
How are you?
You call me by my name.
It's nice.
That officer, hang on, let me get hers a minute. She got the courtesy of mine. 26532. Sorry, hang on. What's your name? Thank you very much, officer. Thank you. What do you feel about the response that the police are not held accountable for any of their actions against general member of the public?
I would disagree myself.
Yeah. You got no response to that, or your opinion of that, because everyone's got a right to an opinion, haven't they?
Of course. I mean, what's happened to George, you know, we can't disagree with that, can we? Thankfully, America and the UK are very different.
Police officer knew who I was.
Weird inflammatory response, and that I have to admit, really.
No peace, no racist police. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. No justice, no peace, no racist police. Black lives matter.
Thank you very much. I'll tell you what, this is the most awesome demonstration I've ever seen in Bristol. It's bigger than the Iraq, it's bigger than Greta, and it's so young. It is awesome. Unbelievable. I am so proud of my fellow citizens.
From the face of the earth.
take that me for half a second.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
Anti-racism! Boris Johnson, you stay home! Bristol's an anti-racist one! Boris Johnson, you stay home!
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
You can experience it in your own life, but you don't.
Black Lives Matter! 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 Black Lives Matter!
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How many do you reckon? 20,000? Oh no, it's way
More than that? Do you reckon into tens? Do you reckon into tens?
We just came back from London wanting to.
This is bigger?
Oh, it's not bigger, but it's getting to the same
Yeah,
sort of
yeah, it's getting to the scale, innit? It's I'm surprised we haven't got a lot more police.
Excuse me, can I take a picture?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Because obviously you were there yesterday, were you, with what happened? Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't a protest. It was after. Your friend? It wasn't? No. You know, you're a photographer, you know.
When we talk and we're told we're complaining and we're moaning, why? Because now you're understanding us. You are listening. So use your voice. When you see injustice at work, talk. When you see injustice in the school ground, talk. Because they will listen to you more than they listen to us. To the police and the security and the media, I know you're out here. When you go back to your workplaces, especially the police, when you go back, don't
Yeah, I'm back, mate.
Yes, it was nice, it was peaceful, and there wasn't no trouble. Say it was educational, it was warming. Because when you say there was no trouble, it's a microaggression.
Yeah, yeah, yeah!
I ask you about the races, if I ask you about the beer festival, if I ask you about the Golden Cup, you don't say it was good, but there was no trouble. Because you're not expecting that. So let's change the narratives. Yeah? Let's change the narrative. I'm not going to take too long. Just a quick thing, because I know a lot of people here are wondering, where can I start? I've had a lot of people, even at workplaces, people I, talked to all my life, and they're now realizing about the injustices, and they're talking about where do I start? It's easy. A lot of times we're always on our phones, and we look up stupid stuff like, why is the sky blue?
Yeah.
Yeah? Who knows Martin Luther King? Who knows the speech, I have a dream? So if I said to you, I have a dream that one day, who knows the rest?
We'll be judged by the content of our character and
I
not
wait.
the colour of our skin.
That is somewhere we can start. Tomorrow, Google, I have a dream. And then that will lead you on and on and on and on. And you can never have too much knowledge. People, respect, blessings, peace and love. No justice. No justice. No peace. And tomorrow we're going to do what? We're going to educate ourselves and our people. Blessings.
Right, guys. There should only be one race, and that is the human race. I see so many colours here, and it's not just black people standing up for each other. We are not alone, okay? There are so many of you, and if there is love in this world, there will be peace. We all love each other based on what's in our hearts. It should not be based on our colour. I'm so proud of every single one of you, and I love every single one of you because I can see you're ready to make a change. We are a different generation ready to make a change. It's okay to ask questions. For you non-black people, it's okay to ask us questions. We shouldn't, when we get asked questions, don't feel like they're asking you a question out of bad habit or anything like that. If they have a question, say it in the nicest way, because we'd rather explain it to you than you walk around with ignorance or hate in your heart. I've seen way too many videos of our family and friends being killed, and we should not be going like this. We've gone past so many years, and this should not be the point we are at. We are meant to move forward, not backwards. All I'm saying is we should have love. Judge people on their heart and not on their colour. We should not be the world's enemy the minute we are born. We should not be targeted and have a red circle on our back just because we are not the same colour as you. We don't have the same features as you. We are all one, the human race, and we should all love one another no matter based on colour, looks, anything. And what? No justice? No justice!